on this immigration issue, we're talking about a lot more than cattle people. We're talking about a lot more than a handful of ranchers living out here in the sticks. It's a lot bigger than that. The whole country's affected right now. If the money's involved down here, it'll eventually get to you. There's a tremendous area down here. I mean, you're not talking about closing one little loophole here or another loophole here. You're talking about thousands and thousands of miles of border and thousands of square miles of property that's going to have to be patrolled. Well, the Department of Public Safety and the Border Patrol, we as a rancher are their main eyes and ears right now. We're communicating with them all the time. They're dealing with an issue with their hands tied. They're frustrated beyond belief. There's some big breaks in the mountains back down here to the southwest. The illegals tend to work their way through some of these breaks, mainly what they call the monument draw drainage. That comes through our west side right here. There's a lot of traffic up and down that draw coming through us. And then there's another trail that goes through the east side, and they tend to zero in on some wind turbines that are in this area. The lights on top of those turbines are a good marker. Now the smugglers or the coyotes, the bad guys, they're told to go to where those turbines are. And then there's a canyon that cuts north and it'll take them to I-10. Once they get to I-10, they can be in Houston that night or in Dallas-Fort Worth the next morning. We're having run-throughs on the fences. Livestock are getting on the highway. Water troughs, they don't have sense enough to turn the valve off and on. They just push the float pan down, all the water leaves. Some of the pumps have been turned off, big 5-horse pumps. The pump will be running, they'll turn the valve off. It's burning up our pumps. Leaving the gates open, all those types of things. The border issue as well as a lot of other issues. One rancher here or one individual there, there's only so much they can do. Collectively, with the resources that they have, they can do a whole lot more. And it's not easy, but you have to try. And if you try long enough, usually there's some success to some degree. You may not get the answer you hope for, but maybe things don't get as bad as they could have gotten.